Hey guys, it's Ryan here with HobbiesofaMan. Once again, today we're doing another comic book review. Today we're looking at Transformers number 21 by Danny Warren Johnson, Jorge Corona as the artist here, and Mike Spicer as the colorist. And I guess there was a little bit of a printing issue here because they chose to go with a lighter color palette. At least it looks like a lighter color palette when they're in Cybertron. And it looks a little off. I don't know if that's on purpose or there was an issue with the printing where the colors were washed out, or you know what. But this reminded me of that female colorist that did some of the work in an earlier issue. I just didn't like it as much. It looks not that good. But overall, it was pretty great. I really love this series. I think it's great. I know that Danny Warren Johnson said he would only do 24 issues. We're on 21. I don't know if he will, give up on it. That might be the stepping off point for everyone. I'm not really sure. I'm still wondering about it myself, but we'll see. So it opens up on the Joes, or at least what I think is the Joes, actually a military base. It's a little bit more similar to Sector 7 than the G.I. Joe stuff that we've seen in the movies, although it's kind of unclear if this is normal for G.I. Joe in this version of the universe or not, because I don't read any of the G.I. Joe stories. I only read the Transformers stuff. So Ultra Magnus tries to talk to a man who's reading a Bible. This guy is willing to talk to him, and he asks the guy, Ultra Magnus asks the man, "What are you going to do with me? What are you doing?" Right? And the guy's like, "Well, I'm reading. It's something that used to bring me comfort, and I'm reading it now because I need it. I don't know what my life is like or what my life is supposed to be about now that things like you exist," right? Like Ultra Magnus, these giant robots, these alien life forms, right? It's kind of like an issue with disclosure, this idea of, what's the word? Of ontological shock, I think is the word, right? He realizes that his life is not the way that he thought, and he needed his comfort, right? And so as they talk, suddenly the Joe character has to stop because a general has shown up, General Flag. He arrives, and he immediately starts to zap Ultra Magnus. And Ultra Magnus has just gotten out of being tortured by Shockwave. And so now he's being tortured again, and the characters don't really know that they're doing this to him. They don't know that they're making him relive a horrible situation, but it doesn't make a difference. They don't seem to care. They think that he's a machine or a real thing, and so they just zap him until they get information out of him, it seems. Now, on Cybertron, we see Alita and Bluestreak talk about what to do. The portal that they're going to use to try to get Optimus Prime back is hidden underwater on Earth, and so they need 4 times the energon that they would need otherwise, that they had estimated to keep it open for that long. So they can really only send 1 person instead of the 4 or 5 that they wanted to send initially. And Alita is like, okay, I got this. I know who we have to send. And so she goes to talk to Cliff Jumper, who's actually hanging out with Shredhead. They seem to have formed a bond together, partially because Shredhead's sparks come from his old family, from Cliff's old family, partially because Shredhead has taken on the appearance of Carly's car, and partially because Cliff is just a good guy, right? And so he's taking care of this new character beyond all of the other things that link him to him. And so they're talking about Carly, and then Alita shows up. On Earth, the Decepticons are going to the ARK. Starscream is forced to hold Megatron as Optimus is examined, and then the shot that Megatron forces Starscream to shoot arrives, and the battle breaks out, and it's awesome. It looks really cool. Just the sheer devastation and it's like psychotic destruction that Jorge Corona gets to depict here is really awesome. It just looks so cool, right? And as the battle continues, Bruticus and Devastator go on. They go in, they start fighting each other because they're stupid. That's kind of like their concept, right? They're the 2 ogre characters that just can't agree, but they're kind of important muscles, so everyone keeps them around, right? And then as they start fighting each other and causing destruction and lack of cohesion within the Decepticon units, Optimus's arm, which is actually Megatron's arm, actually starts to betray him. And so it seems like the issues that Optimus was having might not have been from the introduction of Spike's dad. They might have been from the addition of Megatron's arm onto him. Megatron's arm just has like a bad vibe or a bad juju or something, and it betrays him. It starts to try to kill Jazz, and he's trying to hold it back, but it's moving on its own anyways. And so ultimately, Optimus requests that the Autobots shoot him, that they cut his arm off by shooting him on the shoulder. And they do it against their will, but they do because they need to survive. And as this is happening, the Seekers, the ones that are not Starscream, actually team up, and they manage to force the ARK Teletron 1 to teleport away. And so suddenly all of the Decepticons and all the Autobots lose their footing, and they fall further down into the earth. And as this is happening, and Optimus is removing his arm, Superion arrives. And Superion is the combiner version of the, what are they called? Like the Flyers or whatever, like the Autobot jet guys, right? The 5 of them that were introduced in the previous issue. I can't remember their name. And Superion is awesome, very cool character. And Megatron grabs his arm, attaches it back to himself, and it seems to heal immediately. I'm not really sure what this is. And once he's whole, his whole face and everything works again. And he shoots Superion's arm off. And the Autobots run away, leaving behind one of these characters. And finally, at the end, Megatron says, Decepticons, prepare for conquest. And it's badass as fuck, dude. Like, Megatron is so cool, so awesome. I loved this issue. Just the war scenes are insane. The destruction, the psychotic like amount of loss and destruction is insane. It's not good because we shouldn't really, you know, idolize violence, but at the same time, it just looks so freaking awesome. It's so cool. And Jorge Corona does a great job here. So yeah, overall, great issue, great ending. I can't wait to see what's going on here. Megatron comes off as this horrifying figure, and I can't wait for more. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Transformers number 21. I'm curious to see what's going to happen going forward. Is Daniel Warren Johnson actually going to step out and step away from Transformers at 24? I don't know if that's going to be the case. I really think that he should continue, but we'll see. So yeah, those are my thoughts there. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys later.